A-Jad is scheduled to engage in a question and answer session at Columbia University tomorrow. Is this an outrage or an example of academic freedom? Joining us are Republican strategist Mike Gallagher and Democratic strategist Bob Beckel. Gentlemen, I got a lot of meat to feed to the hungry lions this morning, so let's start with A-Jad and his visit to Columbia. Bob, how is this defensible on a day after this guy totes out a big sign, "Death to America, death to Israel," on missile-carrying Jeeps?
Well, you know, whether we like it or not, this is an elected head of state. This is a free country, and it's got free speech. And the idea of excluding at universities in this country people that we don't agree with or are our enemies simply because of current U.S. policy, I think is a big mistake. Look, we bring Putin over here, and we give him a 21-gun salute, and this is a guy that is murdering his opponent. So where do you cut the line here? I don't know.
Yeah, but Putin doesn't say death to America. Mike, what do you think? Is this just free speech?
Well, I mean, it's a little cloudy, just like your decision not to dress up for our appearance today, Bob. But I have to tell you that the free speech prattle is laughable on the merits. This is a university that the students stormed the stage when the Minutemen tried to speak, and this is the university that hasn't let the ROTC on campus since 1969. These guys don't want free speech. They don't care about debate. They only want speech that apparently adheres to their goofy brand of out-of-touch ideology. It's an affront to every American, and every parent who is paying these inflated tuition prices at Columbia ought to demand Bollinger's head on a platter over this. It's ridiculous.
You know, Mike, I have not noticed liberals at the Bob Jones University. Have you? I mean, I think that's a little bit selective.
Well, this isn't about Bob Jones University.
And by the way, the coat, right? The coat, I left it at a dear friend's house this morning, so I forgot to bring it in with me.
All right.
Okay, gentlemen, we got to move
go any further than that.
We've got to go on to another hot potato this Sunday morning, and that is the piece in the New York Times from the public editor of the New York Times, the ombudsman. This is where he does some research internally to find out what was at the bottom of this General Petraeus ad, the offensive ad that was in the paper 2 weeks ago. Monday was General Petraeus was on Capitol Hill. He found out that indeed MoveOn.org was given a special price, a standby rate, less than 50% off the normal rate for placing an ad like that, and that ad did violate the ethics of the New York Times in that it was a personal attack. Bob, your reaction?
Well, I mean, I think there's a legitimate point here, but the bigger point is that MoveOn.org has been the gift that keeps on giving for the conservatives on this issue and for the Democrats. Amen. We better understand here that MoveOn.org can raise money, but I'll tell you, in the end, we got to ask ourselves: are they worth it, or do they cause more harm than they're good? Than good.
I hear you're saying they're causing more harm, Mike.
Well, and it keeps on happening. I mean, that Olbermann doofus over on MSNBC continues to rail about President Bush hiding behind the skirts of General Petraeus. As long as the left keeps insulting a brave guy and a heroic leader, a commander like Petraeus, it's only going to be to the advantage of the Republican Party. I think Americans, Bob and I were just talking about how this story won't go away. That's because the tide's turning. Americans are fed up to hear with this kind of goofy ideology, smearing the troops, supporting A-Jad at Columbia University. Americans are fed up with it, and it's starting to bite the Democrats in the fanny.
Well, you know, so first of all, Mike, the good news is that nobody hears Olbermann when he talks when he's on that network. We got a good shot in there, didn't we? Good for Fox.
Good point. I like that, Bob.
Okay, we like that too. But you know, you can't take one group and plaster it with the Democratic Party. Now, it is true that some people should have, and I think Hillary Clinton, strategically, I don't know why she didn't come out after MoveOn.org or voted the wrong way. Yeah.
But MoveOn.org, when's the last time you heard of a Republican candidate that MoveOn.org raised millions for? This is a Democratic arm. They're part of the Democratic machine.
When was the last time you heard the National Rifle Association raise millions of dollars for a Democrat?
Okay,
you'd be surprised. There have been some Republicans they've disagreed with.
Gentlemen, there have been Republicans who've disagreed with the NRA, actually. Gentlemen, unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it there. Mike Gallagher
I'm just glad Bob wore his tie today, at least, and his shirt.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mike.
Don't heckle Bob Beckel, Mike.
It's a personal story, okay?
Okay, coming up. Thank you, gentlemen.